let's forget about trying to guess which quarterback Kyle Shanahan is going to fall in love with, i.e. Mac Jones. Which quarterback in this draft have you fallen in love with now that you've been watching these guys for months? Because I know who I have.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've been vocal about my Trey Lance support. Before we talked, I said that this draft is probably the most fun draft to try to digest and everything, and we're gonna have a blast looking back on it because, as I said, Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback one, but the gap isn't far. And if I find out that Zach Wilson is going to be better than him, down the line, I wouldn't be surprised. Same thing with Justin Fields. So Justin Fields is the guy that I've really fallen in love with, man. I understand decision making, right? Sometimes he's a little slow off of his reads. He's definitely not a one read quarterback at all. What I see is a guy who, like Watson, can make plays with his legs, has a cannon of an arm, and
yes, he does.
And you know what? He didn't win a national championship game, but he played his ass off while he had bruised ribs, or broken ribs. I just, the more and more that I dig into him and I watch his film and I watch these throws and I watch him off schedule, make plays and things like that, I'm starting to fall more in love with him. And I see him like, listen, if you're not going to get Deshaun Watson, get the guy who's comped at Deshaun Watson for less of the price, way less. You get Justin Fields, you can bring back Trent Williams, Jason Verrett, Jerry Rice, Ricky Waters. You bring back everybody at that point because of all the money you're saving, and that's really where I'm at with well too. You can build this roster better if you go get Justin Fields for a fraction of the cost. You can bring back all of the things that will help him develop quicker, which is a better team.
How far up do you think you'd have to go to get him? 3?
He's got to go. You got to go to 3 because if you don't, then if even if Miami sits at 3 and they don't take him, he's gone at 4. And I don't think you're going to be able to pry him away from Atlanta. That's not going to happen. So, and let's not forget, the Panthers are all in this as well, too. Again, when I was at the Senior Bowl and you heard Matt Rule talk, Matt Rule was talking nothing but quarterbacks. And it's been clear that they've been in on almost everybody. Stafford, Watson, all of them. So they're lurking. Yes. There's competition there. So you can't sit around and just say,
they might be the team that trades up. That's true.
Right. So this is another thing you need to put in your mind. Other teams are thinking the way that you are. And if you get Matt Rule, that quarterback, that offense is going to go to 10. And he knows that. So
honestly, in my master plan this morning when I was putting it together, the original trade down partner from 3 after giving Kittle to the Dolphins was Carolina. Trade down to 8. And then when the Philly thing happened, I was like, oh, that's a natural. Trade down to 3 with Philly. That's a natural. But either one, I mean, that's the thing. If you trade to 3, you could talk to the Eagles at 6 and Carolina at 8 and have a bidding war. I mean, there's so many options the Niners could do. They really need to consider getting into the top 10 of this draft because there are some prospects that I think are no doubt Pro Bowlers.
Right.
And the Niners need to, no offense, but they got to get some of these injury guys off the team because there's a lot of them. There's so many of them. They got to get some young dudes who haven't been under the knife yet. Sorry.
Yep. And they cost less. That's it. It's just all about roster construction, man. If you're telling me that I can get somebody like Justin Fields with the upside of him and I can bring back Jason Verrett and Trent Williams and all those guys and possibly, beef up other positions, that might need it, maybe get a third receiver to upgrade over Kendrick Bourne and things like that. You have to think about it that way. You can extend your Super Bowl window if you get Justin Fields. You can extend it and open it up because then there's all this money to pay these people. And if the cap continues to go up, you're doing good business the right way. Young quarterback who's not costing you anything, and you're building the team the right way around him so he can succeed. I just don't see how the 49ers can not explore this option all the way to its last. They need to be in on this the entire way.
Final question for Fields, follow-up. Give me a pro comp for him. What is your pro comp?
It's Watson, I think. I think it's Watson. Yeah, I really do. I think it's Watson just because of, like I said, the similarities with his legs and that arm. I've seen Cam floated out there. I don't like that comp because Cam wasn't accurate. Cam was never accurate. I can see accuracy in Justin Fields, and I can see him. Look, the arm, okay. Arm maybe is the same, right? Because Cam has a cannon. But it's all about putting it where you need to put it. And that's really where that comp kind of falls short for me.
Look, I don't want to argue with you because you're my guy. I just want to ask you because I happen to be a little lower on Fields.
Yeah.
And I guess what I would ask is when I hear the comps for Newton and Watson, but those dudes won the national championship.
They did.
And Fields didn't. And it's like he was at Ohio State. So it's not like he was working with a competitive disadvantage. So that's one. The other thing is was it 20 career starts?
Mhm.
Same thing for Trask and Jones. All these guys, and it's partially because of COVID.
Yep.
But that's another thing. I think Watson had more starting experience. So what do you say to that?
See, that's fair. You know, Watson won the Natty and everything as well too. But you know,
because if you're selling Shanahan on trading up to number 3 for a guy, you have to address these things.
Right. Well, look,
yeah.
Vince Young won a Natty. Tim Tebow won a Natty.
True.
Yeah, I really, you know, honestly, that part I really don't put too much stock into because again, broken ribs. The guy still played well in that game.
That's a good point.
And Alabama was really good, man. Like, let's not also. So, but yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock in that. Yes, the winner thing is a big thing, you know, and you want that, but plenty of guys that won national championships that have gone on to do nothing. So,
good point.